episode 8 of Anime and Us. I'm TJ.
And I'm Shawn.
And this is the review show that reviews anime from A to Z. Sort of.
So last episode, we spun the wheel for Category F, and we got Fantastic Children, unfortunately. It first aired on Japan across TV Tokyo between October 4th, 2004 and March 28th, 2005, totaling 26 episodes. Now, I didn't know this, but apparently there was an extended ending on the DVD. I'm reading that off the wiki. What I don't know is if what we watched off the same, because we watched Fantastic Children on the same website, so we got the same experience. I just don't know if that had the extended ending in it or not.
Oh, I don't know, but it already felt like an extended ending, so...
Yes, you're right.
I don't even know where to begin with this one. I mean, this thing has so many things going on in it. It's just... The plot is overly complicated.
Yeah, it's a huge mess for sure.
And the whole beginning is just like, it feels like they're building up this mysteries, and in the end it's aliens.
Yeah, and it wasn't even necessarily in the end. Like, you knew that probably a little over halfway through.
Oh, and they revealed that halfway through, and then there were reincarnations.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now, the only real mystery for me was whether or not the children were some sort of extraterrestrial beings, or if they were some sort of reincarnation, or if it had something to do with God. You know what I mean? Like, because in the beginning, the show starts off, pretty much with, like, this detective looking for these, 5 white-haired children from, like, 1890, something like that.
1890.
And then eventually fast forwards to 2012, and that's where we take place, is the detective looking for them, because he has a picture from his grandfather who took that picture of these children, but throughout history, those exact same children, because there's multiple pictures of them, there's also multiple depictions of them, look exactly the same. They always go missing. And then they end up always dying as soon as they hit 12.
Yeah.
Age 12.
And unless they choose to live, apparently.
Yeah, they can choose to live.
It's overly common. And the detective didn't even have much to do with
No.
the story. In fact, did he even have an ending?
So I don't think so. No, I actually don't think he did at all.
No.
I remember him showing up at the very end, being knocked out, but not dead, and I think that was the end of it for him.
Yeah, I don't think wow. I just realized that. But yeah, the kids are going throughout time looking for
The princess.
The princess. I was trying to figure out which way to go there, because they're looking for different things at different times, and they're reincarnations, and it's overly complicated. And then
that's pretty much the plot. Detectives looking for the children.
The children are looking for their princess, who was...
The princess happens to be with Toga?
Toga, yeah.
He's just another character, just a regular human, that can apparently destroy anything with martial arts, even though he's a normal human being.
He's the reincarnation of Sass.
Yeah, reincarnation, but his body is still human. His soul is a reincarnation.
I mean, you said he's a normal human, but no, apparently he's
No,
I
get that, but, like, let's say there are powers, none of that would take place until he transformed and his hair turned white like the other children. So up until then, he's a normal human, to the best of our knowledge, at least physically.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean...
And if he kicks a tree, he can fucking kick it in half.
True, but then again, I looked at that and said, oh, anime, and I also looked at it and said, oh, magic...
I guess, yeah, but...
And I also looked, oh, magic alien reincarnations, oh, giants who are aliens, and I'm just like, oh, wait, not even better, robots out of nowhere,
yeah.
so...
And big, bulky robots that, you'd think an advanced race would have slim, compact, technology, especially when it comes to robotics. Not the case, no.
But
just a hunk of metal.
You would think that, but you have to keep in mind, on their home planet, they're like 20 feet tall.
Yeah, that is odd.
So everything on their planet is like...
bigger. That makes sense, I'll give you that.
So, I mean,
does make sense.
It does make sense in that aspect of it. But, I mean, the story is just ridiculous, because, like I said, the first part of it is... just this giant mystery trying to figure out everything that's happening.
I'd say the first 5 or 6 episodes up to halfway through the show, you're extremely confused. Nothing makes sense.
Yeah, and I know the exact tipping point when everything else, because in episode 13 everything is revealed, because in episode 14 it's a recap episode.
Oh my god, I'll be honest. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I got about 5 minutes in that episode, and then I skipped through it, and realized it was a recap episode, and didn't watch it.
I left it on.
I don't watch recaps. It is a waste of my goddamn time.
I left it on and did other things. I'm not gonna lie. So I heard what the overview that was happening. Yeah. So I was like that. So yeah. But right after the recap, the main protagonist is a girl named Helga, and she turns out to be the alien princess reincarnated into the other thing. But then, episode 14, we go into one of her previous lives.
Mm.
Episode 15, we go into another previous life. And then 16 through, 20...
we go on the alien planet.
We go on the alien planet, and it feels like a completely different anime.
And I didn't realize that they were so big for a while.
Yeah, neither did I. Everything looked like they were drawn the same.
Yeah.
So it was...
Which I guess makes sense, because if you don't have a regular human for reference, it would look normal.
Right.
Because obviously their buildings would be made to scale for them. But I really felt like they should have done something to show you how much bigger they were then, not wait until one of them came to...
Oh yeah, the reveal in the end. That was the reveal when they finally showed the bodies.
I mean, you know what? I guess there was a bit of a foreshadowing with that, because those big shadow things that were fighting them for a long time. That was probably like some sort of shadow of one of their races from their planet.
You would say that, but that seems like those things came out of the correct...
Yeah.
The shadows come from a different dimension, I guess the afterlife.
I was trying to help.
From the afterlife, just so we can get there, and somehow the kids can kill these shadows with sticks and stuff.
But the sticks, and they only show this once or twice, don't go through ordinary matter. They just go right through them. They're sticks.
Yeah. So anyway, but they come from the afterlife apparently. So why would it be?
Well, maybe it's the afterlife of their race. But that's why they're so big.
Yeah, but on Earth, that's our afterlife too, because there's a whole episode dedicated to one of that person.
I don't know.
So I just assumed that's who
unexplained. Well, so my feelings for the entire show is it wasn't that bad, but there was absolutely nothing good about it. And it was just so mediocre and so uninteresting that it could literally be like golf TV, like a TV show that's someone playing golf. You put it on, you watch it for 5 minutes, and you fall asleep.
It made me mad because I felt like it was wasting my time. And it got to the point when I got to the recap episode, I was like, this is in contention for the worst anime that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it. I was like, is this worse than 801 TTS Airbats? And I was like, no, but you know what? It's not worse but it's worse in different ways. So it's like the opposite.
It's not as infuriating as 801.
No, but it's
just bad.
It's worse in the fact that it's boring, and I would rather be infuriated than bored, because at least it's keeping my attention if I'm infuriated. Mm-hmm. So I think it's worse. The worst anime on the opposite end of the spectrum from 801. If you get what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying.
And so it's just really, really, really bad.
It could have been good if they had changed almost everything.
Well, and everything was bad. Even the art was mediocre. But
for its time period, early 2000s, that's about what you can expect. Every now and then you get something that's really, really good, especially from that time period. Like, I don't know, Cowboy Bebop or something, right? You can get really good things from then, but the average anime was around this. Compared to now, yes, terrible.
I got you, but, I mean, I didn't like Blue Gender, but that was drawn better than this.
Yeah, exactly.
So... it's just, that was mediocre. The dialogue was bad. And then, the voice acting in this was not great.
Yeah, it was odd. It was just odd.
It was odd. The voices were off. Some of them had accents. It was like they had foreign people doing accents. But then the king had this really old man screechy accent, and it was like that girl from 801 TTS Airbats.
It was very off-putting.
It was just like,
every time he
what
spoke.
the hell? And he had a lot of lines. It wasn't like he was just a put-in character. He was there for like 4 episodes. So it was just strange to have him as like there. It's just, there is just nothing good about it.
I mean, absolutely nothing good about it. Absolutely terrible about it. I mean, we could probably, I don't know, the plot. But I really truly believe that it was just so uninteresting. There's nothing that hooked me on it.
You know what the worst part of it is, honestly, though? They thought it was good. When they're writing this, they're like, oh yeah, this is awesome.
You could tell.
You could tell because even from the opening with the weird overview with the weird voice thing that was getting on your nerves in the beginning, you could just tell they're trying to build suspense and stuff, and it just wasn't good.
Yeah, not happening.
But they thought it was, and apparently it wasn't received badly either.
I don't know why.
I'm beginning to wonder about the Japanese and what they like, because
I think the culture might be a bit different. I mean, this is just my headcanon, I guess, of the cultures, but I think they're more forgiving in those kinds of aspects. We're as Americans, I think we're easier condemned things we really don't like.
True, but at the same time, I don't see any of the telltale tales of the things that Japanese do like in it.
Yeah, I don't see any of the great things that they love.
Yeah, I mean, even the shameless stuff wasn't. There was no fan service or anything in this. It was just like it almost seemed like an Americanized anime.
Yeah.
So I don't see, and if it's not good, I don't see how they could have liked it. Honestly,
I don't get it either.
So I don't know.
This is probably going to be a short podcast. I think that's about it, unless you got anything else.
No,
I'm giving it probably a 1. Probably, I don't know what we gave 801. Probably either a 1 or a 0, whatever.
No, we saw it was 1 because you gave it a 1 and I had a different rating system at the time.
Well, at the time you did. So like TJ was saying, it's still bad. It's still just as bad. So it's still a 1, but it's a different kind of 1.
Yeah,
it's not ear-piercingly terrible. Oh my god, I never want to watch it again. And don't get me wrong, I don't want to watch this again.
No, I'll never watch this again.
You could torture me with 801 TTS. You couldn't torture me with this.
No, I'd go to sleep.
Yeah, exactly. Like golf. So I got a 1. What do you got?
Yeah, I got a 1 too. But people watch golf.
Maybe that's why it was received well.
I guess. Yeah, it's a 1. All right.
So
this thing was 26 episodes.
Oh my god.
It was super...
Easily could have been done in 10 or 12.
It was super long and super waste of time.
And that's not to mean that there was filler. There was only the one episode that was filler as a recap. Very slow pacing. There was just so much...
convoluted story.
Yeah, convoluted story. There's so much trying to draw you into the scene. And it was just... No, I don't need it.
And they're failing on it.
Sometimes you can do those things. Some animes, some TV shows, some movies, some books can do those things.
But these people
This one just did it bad. Very, very bad.
It was not fun to get through.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, go ahead. We're going to spin the wheel for G.
Yeah, next episode, G. By the way, I haven't seen many of the anime in G before we spin, but most of them looked pretty terrible. Like, I would click on them, look at the description, and oh god, there's like 4 or 5 really good things.
Well, let's hope we get something good, because it hasn't been very nice to us, the wheel.
Let's go. Hopefully we get another Eden of the East. Oh, the wheel's having issues. Spin wheel.
Well, the wheel just went in the opposite direction, Shawn.
I don't know why it went in the opposite direction.
I think there's too many things on there.
Yeah, G was big, but it wasn't like abnormally big. I think A or B was actually bigger.
Oh.
I think my web browser's having an issue here. I don't know why. Oh my god. There's like 40 clicks too, because remember the other ones we've done?
Yeah. So we're sitting to the clicks.
Yeah, this is part of the podcast. Like, if you ever click on this podcast, it's going to look like it's very long. But when you actually get to this part of the podcast, you're going to realize it really wasn't.
Yeah, we're just padding for time right now, honestly. Because this is at, 13 minutes, and we usually do about a 20-minute podcast.
Yeah, some of them have been a lot longer. One of them was 45, I think.
There's 2 of them that were over an hour.
Oh, Christ. That is a long time.
801 TTS Airbus was over an hour.
It was needed, though. Let's be honest.
And Eden of the East was over an hour.
Polar opposites, right? Terrible. Great.
Yeah, so that's probably why we had a lot to say. And...
Oh my god. It's not spinning.
The wheels keep going, and you just...
I think I helped it. Look, it's spinning faster. Slightly. Maybe I respun it, though. That'd be terrible.
Yeah, I think you respun it.
Oh, no.
Oh, there it goes!
Give me something. I don't know what's wrong with it. Just give me something. It's moving like, I don't know.
Maybe you should refresh the page.
1/10 of a centimeter at a time. I think I will do that. Hopefully it works. We don't have to pause the podcast.
There we go! There's the wheel! Gossick.
Gossick or Gosick? Who knows? Probably Gossick. I have no idea what that is. I don't even think I clicked on it to read that one before.
Okay, I guess we'll be surprised like we always are.
Let's find out.
Alright, see you guys next time.
TJ and Shawn.
Will you stop with the stupid radio outro?